Welcome to my channel. Today we are exploring Florida, a place that really needs no introduction. It's famous for its dazzling beaches, thrilling theme parks, and rich biodiversity. But beyond the postcard-perfect images lies a less-known story. The story of invasion, where species from distant lands have not just survived, but thrived in a place they don't belong. Join me as we uncover the top 10 invaders in Florida, a tale of survival, adaptation, and conquest. Number 10. Muscovy duck. Our journey begins with the Muscovy duck. Originally hailing from Central and South America, these ducks found their way to Florida courtesy of European settlers who brought them over as farm animals. However, by the 20th century, many of these ducks escaped or were released into the wild. Today, they can be found lounging in urban ponds and neighborhoods, a far cry from their native habitats. The Muscovy duck, with its striking features and unique behavior, has become a familiar sight in Florida. But their presence comes with a cost. They carry diseases that can decimate native bird populations. Additionally, they compete fiercely for resources, often displacing native species. 9. Giant African snail. In the 1960s, Florida encountered an invasion of a different scale. The giant African snail, these snails, famed for their size and voracious appetites, made their way into the state through two primary routes. Some were smuggled in as pets, while others were imported for ritualistic purposes. Despite eradication efforts, the snails multiplied rapidly, causing significant damage to crops and posing a threat to human health. Interestingly, a similar scenario played out in the 2010s when the snails made a comeback. Once again, they pose a persistent challenge to Florida's ecosystem. Number 8. Wild boar. Our next invasive species, the wild boar, has a history deeply rooted in Florida's past dating back over 400 years. These pigs, descendants of domesticated livestock released by Spanish explorers in the 1500s, have roamed Florida's lands for generations. Over time, they turned feral, giving rise to the wild boars of today. These animals, known for their destructive tendencies, uproot valuable crops and damage forests. Moreover, they spread diseases that can devastate native wildlife. Number 7. Lionfish. The lionfish, with its venomous spines and predatory nature, has carved out a space for itself in Florida's waters. Originally native to the Indian and Pacific Oceans, lionfish found their way to Florida through the aquarium trade in the 1980s. Aquarium hobbyists released them into the ocean, setting in motion an ecological cascade. Lionfish have proliferated across Florida's reefs, wreaking havoc on coral ecosystems. Their venomous spines not only deter predators, but also pose risks to humans. 6. Burmese python. The Burmese python, a name synonymous with ecological disaster in Florida. These snakes, native to Asia, were imported into the state in the late 20th century. Exotic pet trade. However, many of these snakes were released or escaped, leading to a population explosion in the Everglades. Today, these snakes, which can grow over 18 feet long, have decimated populations of rabbits, raccoons, and even deer. The Burmese python's predatory prowess and adaptability make it a formidable force in Florida's ecosystem. 5. Snakehead fish. The snakehead fish, an unwelcome guest in Florida's waterways. First discovered in Florida canals in the early 2000s, these fish native to Asia quickly spread across the state. Snakeheads can breathe air and even wriggle across land, making them efficient invaders. Their aggressive hunting has led to the decline of native fish species in Florida's freshwater ecosystems. Number 4. Green iguana. The green iguana, originally hailing from Central and South America, found its way into Florida through the exotic pet trade in the 1960s. This species, known for its voracious appetite and burrowing habits, has thrived in Florida's warm climate. While they add a touch of the tropics to Florida's landscapes, they also cause damage to native plants and ecosystems. Number 3. Cuban tree frog. The Cuban tree frog, a stowaway from the Caribbean, arrived in Florida in the 1920s, hitching a ride in shipping crates. These frogs silently spread across the state, becoming a ubiquitous sight in Florida's backyards. They prey on native frogs, insects, and lizards, and their croaking disrupts Florida's nocturnal soundscape. 2. Rhesus monkey. The rhesus monkey story in Florida is an unusual one. In the 1930s, A boat operator introduced a troop of monkeys in Silver Springs in an effort to entertain tourists. Nearly a century later, their descendants roam Florida's forests, a living testament to an era of novel ideas. These monkeys, well adapted to various environments, have carved out a niche for themselves in Florida's wild. Brown basilisk. Our final invader, the brown basilisk, also known as the Jesus Christ lizard, made its way to Florida through the pet trade in the mid-20th century. These lizards, known for their ability to run across water surfaces, have become a common sight in Florida canals and backyards. They are not only adept swimmers but also fierce competitors, often outcompeting native reptiles for resources. Florida's story is one where species from distant corners of the world have not just survived, but thrived. This journey through the top 10 invaders in Florida reveals a complex narrative of survival, adaptation, and conquest. Each species has its own story to tell, a tale that contributes to the rich tapestry of Florida's unique ecosystem. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to show your support. Your engagement fuels our passion for bringing more captivating stories about our natural world. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.